Hey, thank you so much, Tanner and the Drip Jobs team. What an honor it is to be here, man. It is an honor to be with you all here. And I just want to check, can you guys hear me okay? Type in okay in the chat if you can hear me okay. I just want to make sure my sound is coming through. Beautiful, beautiful. We have the next 40 minutes, give or take, where my number one goal here is to walk you through what I'm calling the Omnipresent Contractor Plan. This is to help you generate more leads and sell more projects without having to pay a marketing agency in order to do it. So I'm going to give you strategies that you can utilize and put into place as soon as today. So if you're ready to lift off, type in lift off in the chat. Type in lift off in the chat if you've been enjoying this specific experience with Drip Jobs and Tanner and the team. You guys have done an incredible job. Thank you so much for having me here. And I just want to check here with Eli. Can you confirm I can share the sound on my computer? Brother, I'm hitting the share. I don't have the option to share sound. I can always
Yeah,
come
you
back.
should be good. Just we'll let you know once you play it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm going to hit share. And can you guys see my slide, Tanner?
Sure can.
All right,
Yep.
beautiful. Let's get right to it, team. So those of you that don't know me, my name is Danny Barrera. I am a husband, first and foremost, and a father of 2+2 teenagers all around the house. And God's blessed me with a beautiful family who inspire me to be a better human, a better man every single day. Also, the founder of Contractor Click. I get to run this agency with my beautiful wife, Maddie, who wasn't able to make it to the call here today. But what we do is we serve home improvement contractors, generate more leads, and grow profitable businesses. I'm also the host of the Contractor Click podcast. It's available on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. Also, Your Concrete Success podcast, where we empower concrete coating and decorative concrete contractors to grow their business. I've been featured in the Concrete Decor magazine, World of Concrete, and the Woodworking magazine as well as I speak through different events and teach on the marketing subjects for home improvement and home service contractors. And I am on a mission for the next 2 years, which is what we're calling the Contractor Click, the Dream 1000 mission. And that is, we want to empower 1,000 contractors in the next 2 years to grow profitable businesses so that they can live the lives that they desire. Now, let's dive right to it. That's just a little bit about myself. I have one question for you here, and I want you to all chime in here as best as you can. Question is simple. How many touch points does a customer need before making a buying decision? This is an exciting one. Type it into the chat when you have the answer. Just whatever you think it is, just type it into the chat. We have 7, 10. It depends. Good one. Yeah, it absolutely depends. We have 8 to 12, 8 to 10, 14. Great. Good answers. Good answers. Harvard study. Yes. So let me walk you through it. The rule of seven is a 1930s adage. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, back in the 1930s, they did a study in how many times in the movie theaters, how many times someone needed to pass by and be able to see an advertisement for a movie before they decided to go in to watch a specific movie. So that's from the 90s. And yes, there is a place and a point for the 7 touch points, whether that is via the drip job system and the phone calls, the SMS, the email follow-ups, and all of that. I'm talking about just touch points that happen, not necessarily on having a dialogue and a conversation, but more so in the context of the marketing and advertising and the impression-based contact touch point. So Google did a study which revealed the following. Check this out, team. It takes 20 touches for a consumer to buy a candy bar. 20 touch points, 20 different touch points before they consider getting something, going out and buying a bar, a sneakers bar, or whatever it is. It takes 500 touch points to buy an airplane ticket. 500 touch points. You might be wondering, Danny, like, how could that be? How could that, like, I just need to generate leads from Facebook and, it goes right into Drip Jobs and I'm giving quotes. Well, I want to have you consider that before someone decided to submit their information through Facebook, Instagram, Google search. They were thinking about it and they've been influenced to make a decision through the process. And those are the touch points that I want to have you just consider here. So, is your average ticket higher than an airline ticket? For the most part, I would say most of us, if you're in this specific conversation today, it probably is. It probably is. So most of us have much more complex sales cycle than purchasing an airline ticket. Would you agree? Type in the chat, agree if you would agree with that. Would that be a fair statement if I shared that with you? Because the reality is most of you, if you can type in, what's your average ticket? What's your average ticket? What are you selling your average ticket? And you can give me your average for last year. What is going to be your average for this year? 4,500. Love it. Love it. I love high ticket. We love to serve clients. So here's what we're going to cover over the next few minutes here with you. The first thing is I love to talk about mindset. I believe mindset is where everything stems out of. Then I'll talk a little bit about strategy and action steps for you to walk out of this conversation with things that you can start executing on with your team, with your spouse, with your marketing team, etc. So it's going to be an exciting team. So in 2025, do you have more or less competitors advertising online? What do you guys think? In 2025, do we have more or less in 2025 after the elections? More. And as a marketer, as an advertiser, I tell you what happens when you have more people advertising on a platform. It makes the bidding process jack up the prices. That means that if we were paying $20 for 1,000 impressions, we might be going up to $30 or $25 and so forth. On Google search, if we're bidding for Google keywords, guess what happens? Now, instead of paying $5 per click, if we have more competitors, we're going up to $10, $15. So today's conversation is for those of you that want to take yourself to the next level and want to leverage what's readily available for you, which is what I'm calling the Omnipresent Contractor Strategy. I'm going to walk you through how to stand out in the cesspool of competitors, tune out the marketing agencies. That means like, hey, you don't have to pay a marketing agency to do this for you. You could do it yourself, and figure out how to increase your sales, how to lower the buyer resistance, and become an omnipresent contractor in your service area by spending as little as $5 to $10 a day in your business. Would that be worth it, team? Would that be worth the conversation here and your attention for the next 30 minutes? If that is, let's dive right to it, team. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about how much money would you be making in your business if every prospective client in your service area knew who you were? Like, let's just sit with that for a moment. Sit with it. In your service area, if every prospective client knew your business name, knew you as the ideal and most competent contractor in your service area, how much money would you make? Millions. Millions. So we're constantly competing for the attention. We're constantly going out there. So the marketing mind shifts I want to walk you through, which is the mindset part. 3 specific things. And as you see me here presenting, team, I don't like to do presentations where I'm just spitting out information to you and you're taking notes. I love to play with you. And this is the way I like to do business with our clients. I like to roll up my sleeves, get in the business, get to know our clients at a deeper level. But I like to ask questions because, through that feedback, we're able to create a better experience for everyone. So the first mind shift that we're going to talk about is, what do you think is the most important number in your business when it comes to your customers? What is the most important number when we're thinking about customers and marketing? What is the most important number you should be tracking? If you know what that number is, type it in. If you know what that number is, what is the most important number you should be tracking? Feel free to take a guess. There's no right or wrongs. I'm just spitting this out here. Calls is a good one. Yeah, I like calls. Anyone else? A couple of more answers here. What is the most important number you should be tracking? Cost per acquisition. I love cost per acquisition. It's an extremely valuable number. Set rate, cost per lead. Thank you for sharing that, team. So cost to acquire, yeah, all of them. Yes, all of them are very important. But the most important number you're going to find out, and I'm going to stop the share here so that you can see me. And I don't know if you can see my screen here, if it's okay. It's called the lifetime value. The lifetime value, it's the entire sum of how much a customer is going to pay you through the lifetime of doing business with you. So as a painter, home remodeler, concrete coating contractor, how much over the lifespan of 5, 10, 15 years is a homeowner going to be paying you for the services? Do you guys know your lifetime value? Tanner, do you have any data on lifetime value for painting and remodeling industry? Anyone knows their lifetime value, customer lifetime value? Lifetime value, anyone? Type it into the chat if you know what that lifetime value is. Type it in, type it in, type it in. Just try, yeah, type it in. If you know your lifetime value, and again, what you do with this calculation is say you have the $4,500 or the $4,000 per project average ticket. In the lifetime of in 15 years or 12 years, a homeowner might hire you to work on their home and do repaint jobs, etc. If we multiply that and they hire you 3 times on average, if we take a look at lifetime, you're going to end up, based on this calculation here, with $12,000 lifetime value, right? Just average lifetime value. So as we start thinking about the most important number in business, why is it that this is such an important number? One of my mentors, Mike Aguilaro, incredible guy. He's exited multiples of times, sold over $500 million worth of services, works with home service contractors. He told me, Danny, I would pay over $1,000 per lead because what I was worried about, it's not how much my cost per lead was, but how I could increase my customer lifetime value. So if I could just have you consider that one of the biggest pitfall I see with contractors and home improvement contractors is like, hey, I'm paying for the lead right now and I need that conversion because I need to put food on the table, right? I got to pay the bills here. And the more that we start focusing in building lifetime value, guess what? Now we can open up ourselves for thinking about how else can I show up in my customer's life journey? How else can I show up in my sales process? How else can I leverage strip jobs in order to sell more services on a consistent basis and increase that lifetime value so that now every season there might be an outdoor project or an indoor project and there's something I can come back to that client specifically. So the more you think about lifetime value, the more that you can actually start thinking about how do I invest in my business to have bigger and better returns and not sell yourself short. That's the first mind shift. Type in mind shift in the chat if this is making sense, team. Mind shift in the chat. We're not thinking about just the one transaction, cost per call, cost per acquisition. Yes, those numbers are incredibly important. But when we're thinking about lifetime value, if now I'm thinking about how much am I willing to invest to acquire a $12,000 client and customer, my investment is probably going to be much higher than if I was just to go for the cheapest. So when you're thinking about 2025, think about how do I increase my lifetime value? The second mind shift is the old way versus the new way, right? The old way was we're going to have, this is marketing 101 team, 101, top of the funnel, right? And there's top of the funnel marketing and I got to get a lot of people watching my content. I got to get a lot of individuals seeing my website. I post my business on social media. I need to get attention, middle of the funnel. I have some conversations with people who are interested in checking me out. I send them a link to the website. Maybe they can fill out the form. And bottom of the funnel is when they now start using the drip job system, fill out the form, they contact, and now we're in the game, right? Everyone is concerned about how do I get more of the bottom of the funnel. Now, here's what I want you to think about. This is like how we used to think about marketing. Hey, I want to make sure that I'm getting more qualified leads, higher quality people, not tire kickers, because sometimes we confuse the tire kickers with individuals that are simply not ready now, but they might be later. They might be later. So maybe with more follow-up, with more of the drip job system, more of the automations and everything that Tanner is providing to you here. I want you to take it seriously because it's a system that's built on proven processes, and it helps you move people right along with what I'm calling the new way, which is the highway. This is how you can get your business team to increase lifetime value. Why? Because when you have a system like drip jobs, you can not only serve the client in like 2025 2025 Q1 and start getting more quotes and get in front of the customer, be able to give them an estimate and provide what they need in order to make a decision, make a great first impression. But you can go back at Q4 and now we're talking about the next project that's going to be in place for the following year, right? Or perhaps we have a referral campaign that's coming up and we can automate some of that. And now what we're thinking about is instead of thinking of a prospect as someone that's just going to be buying right now, bottom of the funnel, lead comes in, I want to sell them, my closing percentage is 40%. I'm thinking about how do I get someone in the fast lane so every opportunity that comes in, I'm going to make sure I'm squeezing a referral or two for every client and customer. So if you want more referrals, type in referral in the chat team, type in referral. If you want more referrals in the business, you want more referrals, I'll give you a strategy you can utilize. Again, all you have to do is put in some time, put it in place, but there's not a system out there like Drip Jobs that's built for this industry that you can utilize it. So I love Tanner and what he's doing here. And team, I just want to commend you for putting this together. At Contractor Click, we also put together our a special event, and it's a lot of work, a lot of resources, a lot of back and forth. But this is the new way. I want you to embrace the new way. 2025, if you're still thinking about buying leads, bottom of the funnel, and that's pretty much your business model, you're going to set yourself short, pay more for the acquisition, and not be able to experience a business that continues to grow year over year. And the last thing I want to bring you to here, which is mind shift. This is the vibe board. Vibe board. I love the vibe board. It's my favorite tool to present, and I love to present by sharing. So let's talk about the last mind shift here, which is looking at channels where your ideal customers are hanging out. And looking at some stats, this is US average. US average, every territory is very different. Every city location is very different. So I want to have you, if you're writing anything down today, team, you have a homework, and this assignment is for your own benefit. And the assignment is the following. You want to find out the data that tells you the home ownership in your service area. And if there's any prominence in specific territories and in specific pockets, you need to know that, because we're probably, all of us are selling to homeowners. Right, so this specific 2023 to 2024 data is showing us that U.S. averages, again, this is going to be very different depending where you're at. Silent generation, which is from 78 to 95, have 75 to 80% home ownership. We look at baby boomers, 59 to 77. That is 75 to 80. Now, here's the thing. When we go to California, those numbers are actually lower. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure that you understand your specific location. 75 to 80% of baby boomers are homeowners. Gen X, 70% to 75% home ownership rate. Then we have millennials. The numbers literally start dropping significantly. And then we have Gen Z, which is at 25 to 30%. So in this context, when I'm looking at this data and we're advising clients into how to market, where to market, and all of that good stuff, what we do is we exclude the ages that aren't ready to buy from us and our services and don't have the wherewithal. Say you're boosting a post, or you're running an ad campaign on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, etc. You want to make sure you understand your audience in your specific territory. So I'll read to you the platforms, and you want to take notes on this. Just some data here for you to understand. Facebook is the most popular platform among baby boomers. Okay, and when we look at at the at the Gen X's, uh, it's also a platform that is very much used. So the percentages are from 75 to 78% usage within that demographic. So that means if you're thinking about advertising, guess what? That's a great channel. When we go to YouTube, that's 67 to 68% of the demographic that it's under the home ownership has their attentions and eyeballs right into YouTube. And then we go into Instagram. Interesting stat here. When we go to Instagram, I put this third because it is more prominent with Gen X, not so much with baby boomers. So depending on your ideal customer, on your ideal avatar, you want to figure out who has the money to pay you, who's not going to be choosing whether or not they're going to be using that tax return into a home project or into grocery bills, right? Because we know what's happening out there in the economy. We want to be strategic. So in 2025, I want to invite you, again, a mind shift, to start thinking about who's got my money. Grant Cardone says it. Who's got my money? Well, I want to know who's got my money, right? I want to know who's got the credit score in case I'm offering financing options. When I show up at the closing table, they're going to be approved for this year's remodeling project. So that being said, think about that. Gen X might be a great demographic in your territory. It might not be. So you want to be in tune with your real estate demographic. Type in get it in the chat, team. I want to make sure this is making sense to you all here, and this is valuable here as we're having this conversation. Okay. I will be sharing how you can get more referrals and customers. Yes. Okay, great. So, and then the last one in the totem pole here is TikTok. So TikTok, it's still a channel that has traffic, but within the demographic context of demographic, team, I don't know, I'll give you some examples of some of our clients and what we've instructed them to do. These are things that we give them to do and they execute on and they crush it. TikTok has been a platform that gets a lot of virality in the home improvement space, not so much in return in terms of leads, in terms of clients and customers. So it could be one of those that just knocks it out of the ballpark, but in the majority of clients, just hasn't been that one piece. That being said, in 2025, I would encourage you to update your avatar and update your marketing message so that it fits your avatar. This is super important. It's one of those things that I see a lot of agencies not talking about, the importance of updating avatar, because money is shifting. Right? Would you agree, team? Would you agree money is shifting in the marketplace? Would you agree? And it's cool if you disagree. Money is shifting in the marketplace and you want to be in tune in who's got the money. So let's dive right into it. Let's get right into the content strategy, which is what's going to help us.
I got 5 minutes for you, Danny. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, thank you. And I'll get right to it. Want to write this down, team? First thing, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. Okay, what type of content can I be creating for my social media to ensure that I strategically get people to pay attention at me, and then I can start to amplify my presence online? So top of the funnel, I want you to start creating project tours of the projects you're doing. And some of the projects tours, these are simple videos, guys. Like if you have an iPhone right now, I want to show you just really quick. This is a simple video that I think all of you can pull together by just putting some of your contractors, and you can see how many million plays here, 14 million plays in this specific video. Just showcasing a simple process video. It's simple. We call it a tour because why? Because we're just giving them a tour of what it's like to get the job done. And you could do this in painting, exterior modeling for your business, project tools. Sign inspirations. If you have something a little bit more elevated, you could do that. Now, if you focus in outdoors and outdoor remodeling, this is another example right here. Another contractor works a little bit more in the dirt. When we look at this channel here and the amount of views and attention in place, 13,000, 5,000, 1,400, that if we were to pay Facebook or YouTube, we'll be paying an arm and a leg for that impression by just creating top of the funnel content. Now, what we do, you can also create DIY tips and videos, and that is to educate your prospective clients. Now, I know I only got like 5 minutes left, which is great. Thank you for the time here. I'm going to run through the next couple of slides. But top of the funnel, type in top of the funnel, team, top of the funnel. If you are open to creating top of the funnel content this year, 2025, I'll show you what you need to do with that type of content. Middle of the funnel, super important, project explainers. You want to explain the projects that you have completed. You want to get client testimonials. You want to get behind the scenes. And for this one, I'm going to show you one of our valued, we're calling it the startup clients here. Simple, just behind the scenes, walking through, a little bit more elevated, a little bit more higher end as far as the edits, but just giving the entire tour of the experience, what someone is going to be expecting, embodying the brand. And these are intentionally designed to get someone that's already, they know your brand, they're following you. Now they're going to be engaging with you. So if you can get behind the scenes, what's happening, project explainers, explain the process, let me tell you, you're going to have an incredible impact in your business. And the last, okay, right middle of the funnel before we move forward, because I see that they're giving me the time here. Middle of the funnel, type it in, type it in. Then we got bottom of the funnel, team. Company process, about, story, and projects. Okay, you want to write this down. These are the 3 videos you need, 3 video types: company process, about, story, and projects. So again, I've shown you top of the funnel. This type of videos you could do right out of your phone. I show you, you could do it right out of your GoPro. You don't need anything fancy. Middle of the funnel, you can start elevating the way that you're showcasing your brand. You can get yourself behind the scenes. And now when we're talking about bottom of the funnel, this is where you start to show your brand specifically. And this is an example.
Audio isn't playing on this one, Danny.
Yeah, audio is not playing. I wanted to share the audio on this one. It just
Maybe
didn't come
share
through.
that link if you get a chance.
Okay, will do.
Yep.
So let me go right here, and I'm almost done here. So this is bottom of the funnel. It's more a personalized approach when it comes to the advertising. So now that we know what do we need, the 3 type of specific videos that we need to create to become omnipresent, what is it that we do? And this is where we wrap it up here. I promise, Tanner, this is where we're going to bring it home here.
Awesome, buddy. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you the play here, team, and you want to write this down. So you want to use your business brand page, whatever business page you are using, publish your videos through those pages. And now this is the entire strategy. Top of the funnel, you go ahead and publish your organic videos just as they would. Make sure you're sharing those through your community projects, through your community groups, through your personal pages. Tell your community to go and check out the videos. And what we want to do here, top of the funnel, once we publish, we want to go ahead on YouTube. We want to tell YouTube, hey, I want to put $2 a day in this specific video, top of the funnel. You see, as I create more and more and more every month, those $2 are going to turn into $4 and $6. On Facebook, I go and tell Facebook, this video that's getting me a lot of likes in my community, I'm going to put $2 to $5 a day. And that becomes my top of the funnel, letting everyone know I exist. The middle of the funnel videos, the MOFU, I also want to put dollars behind it. So what I'm going to do is anyone that has watched 50% of this video, I'm going to tell YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, go ahead and show them my middle of the funnel content. That's showing them more behind the scenes, educates the prospects. And what ends up happening now is now I can start running my Facebook advertising and YouTube advertising campaign, showing them my get a free quote, showing them before and afters. Make sure you book your project today. And this is going to slash your cost per acquisition, historically speaking, by up to 60% if you implement this type of content strategy in your business. Now, those of you that want referrals, type in referral in the chat, type in referral, and we're wrapping it up. Type in referral. This is the strategy you can start using starting this week if you want referrals. Good. Make sure you're writing this down. You're going to record the process and before and after of the project for your clients and customers. Simply have a stand sitting on the side of the project, put the time-lapse recording. And what you want to do is when you complete the project, You want to put send over to the client after they've told you, hey, I'm satisfied with the work. I love what's happening. And you could even put that on the drip job automations, right? Right after. Send them the link and tell them, feel free to share this video of the project. It was a delight to work with you, and make sure you tag us on social media. That one, it's going to turn into an organic virality to help you generate more referrals. And if this made sense to you guys, type in made sense in the chat, type in made sense. And that's all I got for you, Mr. Tanner, Drip Jobs team, and our amazing community here. Thank you so much.